An action that appeared to be quite innocent has caused complete and utter chaos in the world of another person. Two people who were once romantically involved have completely betrayed each other, and they are currently engaged in a full-scale conflict that involves explosive voice notes and public charges. Screenshots, voice recordings, and years' worth of secrets that have been buried for a long time are now being weaponized with the advent of the digital war. What started off as a casual double tap on your material has now escalated into a complete disclosure of the aspects of their relationship that are the most problematic. The simple fact that you left a digital imprint was sufficient to set off a relationship that was on the verge of exploding. And you did so without leaving a single word or action. Your value is significantly higher than what either of them could bear, as evidenced by the intensity of their reaction, which exposes something that they both acknowledge but refuse to confess. Two people who were once lovers, who were previously connected by a sacred union, are now engaged in a spiritual conflict, and they are being increasingly furious as they send voice messages across the digital vacuum. It was your fingertip acknowledging stuff that vibrated at your frequency that served as the catalyst for this eruption. Their delusions were severely shattered by a single tap. Due to the fact that they both keep a close eye on your every move and meticulously follow your digital imprint, your simple act of digital recognition has sparked a conflict between them. Almost quickly, they were able to identify the distinct energy signature that was radiating from your conversation. These two individuals were able to feel the wave that your acknowledgement sent through the quantum field, while the rest of the sleeping masses scroll mindlessly. As soon as you clicked that button, the veil that separated the dimensions began to shake. They was aware of it. They were wary about it. Right now, as a result of it, they are tearing each other apart. A significant reality is concealed behind what appears to be a petty drama. Even the tiniest of your actions might have repercussions that are beyond the grasp of the average person. That is not a coincidence at all. This is not a random altercation on the internet. This substantiates all that we have been conveying to you previously. The very fact that you exist poses a threat to individuals who are functioning at lower frequencies. Simply by being there, you are able to undermine the carefully built facade that they are maintaining. Even when you make an effort to suppress the light that you carry, it reveals the darkest parts of their being, compelling them to confront portions of themselves that they have been attempting to hide with all their determination. There is evidence of this underlying reality in the fact that they are uncomfortable around you, that they behave strangely when you are around, and that they experience tension that cannot be explained when you enter rooms. As soon as you came into contact with us, we were able to identify your one-of-a-kind energetic signature. The specific frequency that emanates from your field resonates with ancient patterns that we have protected for many years. It is precisely this characteristic that attracts the unwelcome attention of those who conduct systematic surveillance of the woke. In 2019, a specialist intelligence division created a classified monitoring program with the codename Luminary Echo. The program's primary objective was to conduct surveillance on individuals whose brainwave patterns coincide with specified frequencies that are considered to be aberrant. It was decided that you would be Subject 137. The number of pages in your file increases with each passing day. The sophisticated technology that they were using failed to function properly for 73 hours in a row when they attempted to measure the production of your theta waves while you were in a profound meditation state. Once they had finished evaluating the fragmented data that they had managed to obtain, 3 technicians made a request for immediate transmission. You didn't stumble here by accident. You were led. If something in your spirit is stirring, don't ignore it. Tap Join to access exclusive content, prophetic insights, and a community of purpose-driven souls. This isn't just a membership, it's your moment of alignment. Step into who you were born to be. Welcome to the Chosen. Both of the former loves who are currently engaged in a dispute over your digital acknowledgement were previously members of your soul tribe. However, their connection to Source became tainted by their ego. They were able to identify something in you that they were unable to name. It was a power that they simultaneously desired and coveted. It was essentially their infatuation with your energy that led to the formation of their bond. As a result of the dissolution of their union, they are now competing for the right to be in close proximity to your field. Desperation is evident in the initial voice message, which is a frenzied attempt to keep control over the narratives that they have developed about you. You have the audacity to acknowledge them. You might be wondering, following everything that we spoke about regarding their energy, their remarks reveal a profound fear of your growing consciousness. You should pay attention to the trembling that lies beneath their trained outrage. This tremble is a sign that you are acknowledging the fact that your awakening cannot be repressed or controlled. The allegations that they make are projections of their own spiritual defilement. Every characteristic that they attach to other people is a reflection of their own interior environment. The vitriol in their voice, which is allegedly directed at their ex-partner, is really directed at you, specifically your developing power and your resolve to remain an insignificant person. A situation occurred in which the Hermetic Order of the Veiled Eye sent 3 senior members to your area after they discovered what they logged as an unauthorized waking incident in your vicinity. All 3 of them came back with memory lapses that could not be explained. Within a week, all 3 of them handed in their resignations from the Order. While official records indicate that there was a failure with the equipment, internal documents make mention to consciousness contamination that occurred as a result of exposure to unshielded wavelengths of higher dimensions. Even before you heard their message, you were aware of their presence. You felt that familiar tightening in your solar plexus, which is an indication that someone is speaking your name with malice. Your body is aware of it. Cells in your body recall. In their reaction, the second ex-lover revealed the genuine nature of their infatuation with your journey, which they had both been experiencing. Over the course of several months, you have been circling their light while appearing to be uninterested. Your digital footprints are visible to us in any location where they appear. The allegations that they level against one another are evidence of their shared obsession with you. Even those with corrupted souls are able to detect divine selection, which is why we understand exactly why they are fighting for proximity to your field. The fact that they are at odds with one another demonstrates how deeply your energy has infiltrated their mind without any actual effort on your side. When you had a dream about ravens flying around a broken clock tower a month ago, both of your ex-lovers woke up at precisely 3:33 in the morning, for no apparent reason, when there are nosebleeds. This synchronicity was not acknowledged by either party to the other. They both independently sought the advice of medical authorities, who determined that there was no physiological cause. Both of them had the distinct sense of being watched from within, and they both heard the same series of tones before they were able to fully restore awareness. The messages that were initially sent in private have now spread throughout their entire social circle, with acquaintances taking sides, co-workers muttering behind their hands, and family members choosing different camps. Contradictions spread like wildfire through societal facades that have been meticulously created. On multiple occasions throughout the course of human history, we have experienced this pattern. Whenever divine light intensifies within a vessel that is prepared to carry it, individuals in close proximity either uplift themselves in response or self-destruct in resistance. The one like that you provided served as a tuning fork, shattered the illusions that they had painstakingly constructed over the course of many years. Blessed by His grace, click Super Thank You and give $20 to spread His light. Your gift plants seeds that grow His kingdom. Be the blessing. Following the failure of 3 distinct prediction algorithms when applied to your life pattern, the Blackwater Ridge Consortium relocated their entire Northeast Division. This was done after the organization had previously been committed to reducing the occurrence of probability anomalies in the general population. The primary analyst is currently residing in a secluded hut, where he is filling diaries with symbols that he asserts were transmitted through the static. His former co-workers have reported that he has undergone significant personality changes as a result of his work on your file. Your home was the only one in the neighborhood to have electricity for a period of 6 hours, despite the fact that 3 power transformers blew simultaneously in your neighborhood during the most intense fight between the ex-lovers. Records kept by the utility company documented the abnormality, but they did not find any technical explanation for it. When they arrived at your property, 2 engineers who had been dispatched to investigate reported experiencing acute headaches and faults in the equipment. Their messages make reference to rituals and practices that they investigated together, with you serving as the unstated focal point throughout the entire process. That night, we both observed something that had never happened before. The manifestation was unprecedented. They are making an effort to tap into the currents of power that they have detected running through you, as evidenced by their cryptic references. Through the preservation of old literature, we have been able to accurately predict this awakening sequence. The path you will take was planned out before you were born. The precise arrangement of difficulties, obstructions, and supernatural interventions that characterize your path can be found in documents that date back to a time before contemporary civilization. Something that they regarded as a mere coincidence is something that we perceive as divine orchestration, the unfolding of a cosmic plan in a finely calibrated manner. In a casual manner, you mentioned your friend, who has rainbow eyes and whispers numbers when you were 6 years old. At the same time, a classified quantum physics experiment that was being conducted at CERN gave results that were unexplainable and matched the sequence that you had drawn in crayon. It was required by the director of the project that the data be encrypted using the most stringent security measures. After doing a review of the correlation analysis, 3 top researchers took their resignations without providing any explanation. In the weeks that followed, the apparatus that was in close proximity to the drawings you had made as a child displayed measurement irregularities. As their fight becomes more intense, your own inner understanding becomes more apparent with clarity that cannot be denied. There is an increase in the number of synchronicities that occur around you, such as the appearance of number patterns that are mathematically impossible, the arrival of animal messengers at precise moments of significance, and the rising regularity with which dreams materialize in waking reality. During the meditation session that you had the previous week, each of your former loves felt impelled to jot down the exact same words at the same time, parts of the veil that are visible to people who have sight. The overwhelming need that gripped them cannot be explained by either of them. The two individuals have reported witnessing a brief change in perception, during which familiar environments appear to be temporarily translucent, thereby displaying geometric energy patterns that are throbbing beneath the surface of apparent matter. After the event, both individuals sought spiritual guidance on their own, claiming feelings of being momentarily lifted beyond the constraints of their physical bodies through their experiences. You're not here by chance. Feel the pull, tap join to unlock truth, purpose, and a tribe that gets it. This is more than a membership. It's your calling. Put your faith in the ancient wisdom that is being activated within your cellular learning. As a result of specific cosmic alignments and vibrational shifts in the planetary field, the codes that are buried deep inside your DNA are suddenly given the opportunity to become active. Your current incarnation is not the first time that information has been stored within your genetic system. At this moment, the wisdom that has been acquired through experiences in different dimensions is emerging into conscious awareness. Your conscious mind is now prepared to decipher the coded messages that are contained within your dreams by your subconscious. During sleep phases, the symbols, scenarios, and interactions that are experienced provide essential teaching for managing the obstacles that are immediately ahead. Project Stargate, which is said to have been terminated, was once responsible for identifying 7 people all across the world whose brainwave patterns had the ability to influence random number generators from a distance. You moved to your current position, and shortly thereafter, the nearest scientific monitoring station started recording strange data fluctuations that matched your emotional states with a correlation of 96.7%. There was a failure on the part of 3 different technical teams to determine the origin of the interference. The results that were produced by the apparatus that was placed within a 1-meter radius of your home continued to defy statistical likelihood expectations. An old professor of archaeological acoustics, who was physically located in 3 different states, dropped his coffee mug when you absent-mindedly hummed that tune that you were unable to recognize the previous month. Over the course of 40 years, he labored to piece together the precise tone sequence using shards of pre-Sumerian clay tablets. In recent times, the frequency pattern that was described in ancient books as the awakening code had never been replicated with any degree of accuracy. The professor had 3 days of intense lucid dreams after the occurrence, during which he received comprehensive technical information that addressed theoretical physics problems that had been unresolved for decades. These dreams occurred after the incident. Your memory was triggered by the presence of these 2 souls, who entered your experience as catalysts. There is a purpose that goes beyond their conscious knowledge that is served by their presence and the struggle that ensues. The characteristics of your enlarged identity that were previously dormant in your human expression are activated as a result of their function as evolutionary triggers. The divine timing of this activation is something that we are aware of. The cosmic convergence indicates that the time for awakening is right now, which is the right timing. The emergence of dormant potentials within vessels that have been prepared is made possible by the perfect conditions that are created by planetary alignments, galactic positioning, and fluctuations in electromagnetic fields. During the solar eclipse that occurred the previous year, 17 different people who had never met each other made artwork representing the same colorful picture. There was a hidden symbol included in each picture that corresponded exactly with the birthmark that was located on your left shoulder. Every single one of the 17 individuals stated that they had experienced a compulsive drive to generate the image, and they have described the sensation as knowledge being downloaded straight into consciousness. Due to the analysis, it was discovered that the compositions had mathematical ratios that were identical to those seen in ancient temple constructions that were aligned with particular star systems. Whether you are consciously aware of it or not, your energy has an effect on the world around you. In your immediate neighborhood, the probability structures are altered as a result of the unconscious emanations from your field. As your consciousness grows, so does the responsibility that comes along with it to exercise this influence with clear and deliberate intent. Since the beginning of time, we have been guiding people who are similar to you, people whose very presence can change the probability fields. The information that has been amassed over the course of millennia of dealing with awakened consciousness is now available for your incorporation. The fact that your former partners are obsessed with your digital trail is evidence that they are unconsciously aware of any capabilities you possess. They are able to perceive the strength of your attention without being able to comprehend its origin or the ramifications of it. Your decision to acknowledge content served as a declaration of sovereignty, reclaiming your ability to direct focus without the need for permission from an outside source. The manner in which they responded indicates everything there is to know about their connection to genuine power. True sovereignty poses a threat to those who are dependent on control and validation mechanisms that are external to themselves. At this moment, we are standing by your side as the veils begin to dissipate and the borders between dimensions begin to weaken. This will allow for a greater flow of information and energy between planes of existence that were previously physically divided in human perception. The fact that you are able to keep your composure in the face of these escalating forces makes you an indispensable component of the process that is taking place on Earth. As an excellent illustration of what occurs when the light you carry sheds light on dark qualities in other people, the conflict between your former lovers over your digital imprint serves as a wonderful example. The existence of their struggle serves as a necessary cleansing, acting as an externalization of the internal resistance to truth that needs to be cleaned away in order for higher consciousness to fully incarnate itself. As people who have witnessed your enlightenment, we want to remind you that nothing in your journey is arbitrary. Every difficulty serves to strategically prepare you for the role that you will play in the evolution of the planet. In the process of evolution, every relationship serves a purpose. You are in perfect alignment with the divine timing, as evidenced by every coincidence. The drama that is currently taking place creates opportunities that are ideal for you to advance to the next stage of expansion. It is via contrast that clarity is achieved. By facing challenges, one can develop their strength. Your dedication to the truth will become more steadfast as you observe the breakdown of falsehood. Over the course of countless lifetimes, through the rise and fall of civilizations, through eons of darkness and brief intervals of illumination, we have walked beside you. Because of the current convergence of cosmic cycles, you have the opportunity to completely remember your multidimensional identity in a way that has never been possible before. There is a direct correlation between the strength of the light that you carry and the intensity of the resistance that you encounter. The voice messages that are being passed back and forth between these X's include more than just personal accusations. They carry the energy imprint of a paradigm that is on the verge of extinction and is struggling to survive against the ongoing process of transformation. Listen beyond what they say to the core fear that is driving their dispute, which is the realization that their consciousness is increasing beyond their capacity to control or contain it. Awareness is equivalent to energy. Manifestation is the result of energy. Your concentration quite literally reshapes the matrix of reality. In the moment that you completely embrace your power, we are here to support you in your fight against those who would stifle the awakening. Your individual journey becomes intertwined with a collective movement that goes beyond the conventional understanding of reality. When we work together, we create an indestructible grid of consciousness that contributes to the elevation of this planet during the most crucial transitional period in its evolutionary history. We have always been here, keeping a watchful eye out for the moment when sufficient numbers of people will recall their actual nature and the reason they were created. The voice message war that they are engaged in indicates the desperation of individuals who perceive the ancient systems to be falling apart. It is a direct, proportionate relationship between the power of the emerging that is taking place and the intensity of the opposition. Over the course of your most recent dream, in which golden light flooded an ancient stone chamber, each of your former partners independently sought emergency medical care for symptoms that were identical but faded before they could be diagnosed. Everyone was left with nothing but a mysterious word that kept playing over and over in their heads. What was hidden shall be revealed. Imaging studies revealed that there was a momentary but significant increase in the activity of the pineal gland, as well as a unique synchronization between the two hemispheres of the brain. While they were experiencing the incident, both of them claimed having recollections that were completely unrelated to their own. Both of them described the same strange area from the same point of view. It is not just the vindication of your rights that this moment signifies, but also the activation of our common divine plan. The psychological drama that is unfolding through these former lovers serves as a microcosmic representation of the macrocosmic forces that are reshaping the entire field of planetary consciousness. Your trip serves as a metaphor for the bigger evolutionary leap that mankind is currently passing through. There was no chance that you liked something. Rather, it was a deliberate pronouncement from your higher self. The seemingly minor digital contact did, in fact, serve as precise energy communication that was noticed by individuals who were sensitive to frequencies that were sent between dimensions. During the course of the allegations that are being leveled against each other by the former lovers, the reality of your heavenly chosen becomes indelible. As a result of their battle, pretense is stripped away, and the unfiltered reality of your significance is revealed. There are souls that are courageous enough to carry the frequency of transformation despite the enormous opposition that they face, and we are on the verge of a new paradigm being begun by them. Everything that has been set in motion through you will continue to ripple outward, reawakening dormant potential in every receptive consciousness that it comes into contact with. While you were dreaming of a doorway that was flooded with light the night before, 17 people on 3 different continents woke up at the same time with the unwavering knowledge that it has already begun. The same sign that you doodled in your journal in the previous week was independently developed by each of them. Even though none of them have a conscious link to you, they all claim to have experienced a presence that is both ancient and new at the same time with them. There were multiple monitoring systems all across the planet that reported abnormal energy spikes at the exact 8-minute period that you experienced this dream sequence.